what it is, what it do, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it do, what it is, what it do, what it is, what it do, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it do. How y'all doing tonight or morning or evening or afternoon? Doesn't matter what time y'all watching, cause y'all chilling here with me, and I greatly appreciate that, guys. I hope you guys had a phenomenal week. We back again with another video on, well, I'm posting this hopefully on Saturday, and that's about it. Guess what, guys? We got 6 more weeks of winter because the groundhog saw, well, it's a groundhog, right? Saw his shadow, and I'm happy about that because, like I said, I might not like the ice too much, but I do like the cold weather. So, alright, let's get into the video. Today, I am eating Pop-Tarts. I was to a gas station, and they had a genuine amount of Pop-Tarts. So I said, you know what? This will be a great video to do because as a kid, I used to love Pop-Tarts, and even now, I dabble in a little bit of them. Pop-Tarts are not good for you. They're not, but they're a very common breakfast food or even snack food for kids and young adults, because that's the most people that eat them. So let's start off with the classic, which is strawberry. Let's see. Let's see that. There we go. I don't know if I want to chat a little bit, or if we just doing like a food review, or if we just chat. Y'all want to chat it up? Y'all want to talk? Y'all want to get some things off the chest? I don't think it's really gonna be anything important. This video, because I haven't had an important week. It's just been chilling. But y'all want to talk about Bridgerton? Let's see. Okay. Oh, and guys, I have a glass of milk here with my favorite glass, the Eagle. Y'all see my Eagle, my bald Eagle. Alright. The strawberry is a classic favorite flavor for me. It's what we always used to have as a kid or at daycare or something. That's real good. Say, dip it. That's an above average classic for me, so I'm gonna give that a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for the strawberry. Guys, so I saw Bridgerton Part 1, and it was really good. It has the potential to be, at the moment, my second or third. You know what? Because really, before it all, this is how I was putting it. Because I was including the spin-offs with the main franchise, because, you know, so season 2 was peak. That was number 1 for me. Then it was Queen Charlotte. I loved that one. When, you know, when the king got the "I love you," and then they were under the bed. That was amazing to me. I cried, and y'all know I'm sensitive, so you know that did make me cry. Third favorite is season 1, and then in last place it was season 3, and not because I didn't really like it, but just that it didn't have any of the same feeling that the other seasons had. It was too fast paced. I don't know. It was just something about season 3. They just didn't hit on the other seasons for me. And mind you, I've never read any other Bridgerton books. Am I gonna read any other books? No. Alright. Let's get into Blueberry. flavor. It's not bad. It's just I'd get it if it was the only thing they had. Like I say, blueberries are not bad, but the only way I'm getting it is if it's the only thing they have, and I have to get a Pop-Tart. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so my favorite part about season 4 of Bridgerton so far, ooh, I think, like how I don't know what it's called when you visually can tell how they're trying to make it, how they're trying to show you the class divide between Sophie and Benedict. Like when they came back to the Bridgerton home in Mayfair or something, when when Benedict walks up the steps and then Sophie's continuing on down the path to the servants' quarters and stuff. How even though how the Bridgertons, when they're giving Gregory his first shave, how they start throwing the shaving cream around, and even though the servants are paid to, you know, clean, and that's fine, you know, everybody has a job, it shows like the difference in, hey, you know, the lives, like they mess up and the servants clean. If you can understand what I'm trying to say, like what we haven't usually seen. But yeah, that's what I'm liking. What else do I love? I love the staircase scene. I know a lot of people hated it. I loved it. It kind of shows how she was going back upstairs, he was going downstairs. They met in the middle, and then when he said those words, "Be my mistress," she went back downstairs, and he was looking down at her from on top of the staircase, and that was I love that one. I love that storytelling. Hey, let me eat some more before I get back into it. I'm trying to keep y'all hooked. S'mores. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. I got like, it's like, I don't know, can you see the marshmallows and chocolate? And there's all that. That's pretty good. I forgot to get my score on the blueberry. 4.5 out of 10. A little bit below average for me. This s'mores, frosted s'mores, I feel like they actually did get kind of the burnt graham cracker feeling to it. Like the aftertaste kind of feels like a campsite fire. I don't know. But does the actual Pop-Tart taste like a s'mores? No, because unless it's brown sugar cinnamon, in my opinion, none of the Pop-Tarts taste like the flavor they're supposed to be. But I was pleasantly surprised by this, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I like that. I'm really happy for Lady Violet. I'm happy she getting her groove back. It's been a long time. On the real, I kind of feel like they've swapped Francesca's like book storyline with Lady Violet's TV storyline, because from what I gather in the books, spoilers if y'all don't want to hear no spoilers, but like we just assume it right now, but still book spoilers if you don't want to know. In the books, Francesca's husband John, and I love John in the series, he's so great, so calm, just like Francesca, he dies. This is the brown sugar cinnamon. I didn't show that. I'll probably eat the whole one of this because I love these. Yeah. Oh, great. So in the books, Francesca's husband, John, I believe passes away from a brain aneurysm. And she goes through a couple years of, mourning, and she deeply loved John. She loved him. And then John had a cousin named Michael, right? And Michael, being the rake that he is, when he first saw Francesca, he immediately fell in love, but he didn't do nothing about it. But they kind of flirted a little bit in the books, even when John was alive, from what I gather. And after years of mourning John, that's when Michael kind of comes back into the picture, and Francesca and John fall in love again. So Francesca has like a story of mourning, like losing one love of her life and then gaining another one. And then she also has fertility problems in the book. So yeah, it takes her a long time. And even after John passed, she was pregnant, but she unfortunately had a miscarriage. And she even has to go through years without having kids when she finally gets with Michael. I personally feel like they've swapped Francesca's book, like I say, her book storyline with her mom's, because look at it like this: conspiracy theory. But we seeing it on the television. Mama Bridgerton, Lady Bridgerton, lost her husband Edmund years ago, but they had a full, prosperous, loving marriage for years. Had 8 beautiful, healthy children. They only had problems with Hyacinth when she came out, and even then Edmund had already passed away. Now, in the TV show, and Lady Danbury's brother, he wasn't even in the books. We get introduced to him, and now they're having a story of their own. That's how we get to seeing I'm the tea you're having. What she say? She said, I'm the tea that you'll be having. Right? Wow, let me dip on that. I love. 10. You know what? 9.5 out of 10. Brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts. Hot fudge. Hot fudge sundae. So yeah, that's what it's seeming like to me. And really, a lot of people are mad because they changed Michael to Michaela. Me personally, like I said, I ain't never read the books. I don't plan on reading the books, so I don't care. So watching the TV, Bridgerton, the TV show, at face value is what it is for me. But I do understand the people that read the source material, because that's like you have a favorite book and it becomes an adaptation, and then they change half of the story to fit a narrative in a way that in your mind, that's what it seems like. You'd be pissed, you'd be upset about that. So I understand as long as it's not racist or homophobic. That's where I draw the line. Don't be out there like that. Hey, this one looks fun. Like, look at this one. Hey, y'all remember they used to have Pop-Tart commercials? They'd be like, where they be like in Antarctica or something. Am I thinking of the correct ones? But it used to be different Pop-Tarts hanging out together. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, hot fudge. Okay. So yeah, but this is where I come in. A lot of people didn't like the Michaela change, because they was like, hey, it's supposed to be a story about a woman who loved her husband and then fell in love again, and it was 2 genuine marriages. I'm feeling like they kind of giving it to you in Lady Bridgerton's story. So I kind of feel like that was like, hey, we understand that, but look, let's give it to Lady Bridgerton, because she was married for over a decade and she had a long, lovely marriage, and now she's watering her garden, she's able to find love again. So I feel like they kind of gave it to her instead. I feel like with Francesca's storyline is kind of going, she loves John, but she's not in love with him. That's what it's seeming like. And she's not in love with Michaela yet too. And a lot of people are kind of like, hey, she's cheating. Francesca doesn't know what she's feeling. Y'all, this is 18, whatever the freak. She just knows that Michaela is annoying and gets on her nerves, and she does not want to be around her. That's all she knows. But let's get some more talking points. Like, that's given Girl Scout cookie. And guys, in the future, maybe next month sometime, hopefully, it might be the month after that, because I don't know, I'll be doing a Girl Scouts video. But yeah, the only point I could give you guys for not liking, like other than being racist and homophobic, of not liking the Michael Michaela change is the infertility issues, because they are 2 women, but there are still ways to have a child. But back in 18, whatever the freak, that was really harder. But they are wealthy, so we gonna see how that storyline goes. Like, are they gonna kill John? Because look, Bridgerton has a couple people to kill. And that sounds bad. They got a couple people to knock off, and only and it seems like a short time span. Are they gonna keep somebody alive? Because somebody has to die at the end of this season. So somebody has to die to kickstart either Eloise's or or Francesca's story. And oh my gosh, Eloise. I forgot to talk about her. I genuinely believe her season is next season. I believe that. 7 out of 10. It reminds me of a Girl Scout cookie. So 7 out of 10. Okay, so my girl Eloise. I love Eloise. Definitely one of my favorite character in the whole Bridgerton series. Her season, I honestly feel like it's leading up. This season is leading up to her season, which I believe is going to be season 5, because it wouldn't make sense for them to really redo Francesca's season so early. Because I hate when people are like, oh, we didn't even get to see John and Francesca's season. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like season 3, but did you not watch it? They were literally one of the best parts of season 3. Their quiet romance, that scene where he rearranged the music for her to play in the key or whatever that she wanted it to be played in on the piano. Are we being serious? Like, everybody's like, they're trying to minimize her love for John. Guys, they've had a lot of good moments together. When they came in, when they sat together in silence, when they met in silence. Their relationship is silence. So maybe y'all not hearing it. I don't know. Let me. But anyway, Eloise, I can't wait for Eloise season, but I can't, because they better do my girl correctly. She's a feminist in the 19th century. I think it's the 19th century. I always got that confused. That's hard. That is very hard to be. And she's trying her best. She's pretty. I feel like she's pretty lonely this season, because her best friend married, having kids, doing what she's doing. Her sister married, has kids, doing what she's doing. Her other sister married, trying to have kids, taking care of a house. Her younger sister, all she can think about is marriage. Her older brother's married. The only one left is little Gregory, for real. So this season, I feel like she's kind of physically feeling the loneliness of it, and I really want to see what they're gonna do with Sir Philip. Like how are we gonna love him as we love him, and love him with Eloise? Because y'all gonna have to do justice to my character. Don't just minimalize her wants and her dreams to fit like the narrative, to fit what he wants. Because I heard her book sucked. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, I've heard they gave the characters on the TV way more plot and substance, and that's crazy, because a book is supposed to have more plot and substance because it's more words, But we're gonna see. I love Eloise. 8.5 out of 10 character for me. So this is strawberry milkshake. Alright. Hey, your girl's stomach's starting to hurt. Probably shouldn't have did this after brushing my teeth. But it is what it is. We gonna thug it out, because we a triple thug OG. Mug. Whatever else. Okay. It's looking like birthday vomit. Okay. Okay, that's what's looking like. I keep moving the glass because I am clumsy, and I know that I'm the type when I'm moving that I might knock this glass over, and we don't want that. It's pink. Penelope and Colin, I don't know what their thing is about carriages. That's kind of like the people that got a thing for the cars, you know. But I'm liking them this season too. They can't. We're kind of seeing how now that people know that who Lady Whistledown is, Penelope, she kind of feels the pressure now because people are coming to her with gossip and rumors, but people know who she is, and even though she had morals before, she has even more morals now, you know. And it's like, hey, if I say this, I'll ruin this person's life, and they'll know I ruined their life. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm loving their story so far. I'm glad they're finally giving the Mondricks some worthy lines, at least Lady Mondrick, because they was kind of like background characters in season 3 when they kept pointing the camera to them like, hey, here the Mondricks are, here we go. But now, even though the father, like whatever dude Mondrick, he ain't doing too much either, but Lady Mondrick, she is gonna be the queen's lady in waiting, and she got a little backbone to her. Like she stood 10 toes down, never folded in every scene that I've ever seen her in. The Mondricks are the epitome of people who were like, I ain't gonna lie, who had to fight. Like they fought for everything they had. They got it out the mud, and that's for real. Like that's their story, and that's why I do like the stories, because most of the people in the Bridgerton universe were born into wealth. The Mondricks are people who were born poor, fought, like the husband literally fought for his family, fought for everything he ever owned to win his fights, to own his gentleman's club, and even has his wife in the gentleman's club with him working, because that's how tight they are. They're a unit. That's why I love the Mondricks, even though they can sometimes have no purpose at all. I still love them. I like what they represent. So yeah, they were poor to rich, and that's crazy how a lot of people don't like them because they don't have much substance. But I feel like a lot more people will love them because they want to relate more to them if they had more substance, like I say. So, and hopefully, we gonna get it this and next season, because they're not going anywhere. Like the cast and crew clearly love the Mondrick, so it is what it is. This is horrible. It tastes fake. 3 out of 10. Uh-oh. I heard the ambulance. Last one. Cherry, my personal favorite. I already know it's gonna. I gave that a 3 because it sucked. I wouldn't get that. I throw it in the trash. It's edible, but that's it. It's the cherry Pop-Tart, my favorite. This is a 10 out of 10. I love cherry Pop-Tarts. I don't really like cherry. Well, I do like cherries, but they're just not my favorite fruit. Yep, I think that's all I have to say about Bridgerton Part 1 so far. So the camera's about to die. I also saw Lincoln Lawyer. That was great. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for this season. Love Lincoln Lawyer. I hope you guys had a great week and have a great next week. I hope you continue to be the best you can be and know that you are loved and that you are cared for, and that just in general, like, I love making these videos for the people who like to see them. It means the world to me when you guys like, comment, or subscribe. That's the best, one of the best feelings in the world. So without further ado, I love you. Peace out.